This is the Disc Golf Podcast.
Nidals?
Let's try this one more time.
Okay. All right. Ready? Yep.
This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
And I got that all wrong. We'll probably leave it in anyways.
Yeah, I might cut it up differently, but it won't happen.
You might hear it. You might not. So here we go. Today, we're going to talk Waco, Simon, Luna Battle, movies, and I have a random question for you.
Wow.
How
Okay.
do you like them apples?
I like them apples. Yep.
Speaking of, I had fried apples this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were
Fried
really good.
apples.
You ever had fried apples?
I don't think I have.
You know, when you're eating healthy and you're like, apples are healthy, I'll have fried apples. And then they come in like syrup with cinnamon and sugar and all that stuff.
Oh, boy.
They're
Okay.
yummy. They're yummy. They're supposed to be baked apples. I don't know why they call them fried apples because you don't fry them. But
Okay.
they're still pretty good. It was at Cracker Barrel.
At Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in, I don't know how long.
I wish I wouldn't have gone. So no offense to Cracker Barrel, but maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I
Yeah.
always have been a fan.
Yeah.
The last 2 times I've gone, not a fan.
Okay.
They took the little triangle game off the tables.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, a little like golf tee game.
Yep.
Off the tables. Oh. And then hash brown casserole. You know how when you used to get like a meal with a meal at Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
Like it would like fill the table, like with all the crud they'd give you. Mm-hmm. Teeny tiny. It's like a little scoop of hash brown casserole, 2 eggs, and my little tiny piece of chicken.
Jeez.
I know. I was so
That's disappointing. You know, a place that I used to go to, I don't know if they're around anymore, like road tripping to Florida, Bob Evans.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad. It's Ponderosa-y, right?
Kind of. Yeah. I don't really remember it too well. Like the name popped in my head now that like we mentioned Cracker Barrel. I was like, yeah, my parents used to stop there like on the way on road trips all the time.
Yeah, they're like a Perkins-ish.
Kind of.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, they're Bob Evans. Like, I can picture everything about them. I haven't been to one of those in a long time. So, what'd you do since the last time we have spoke? Or since the last time we had this podcast? How about that?
Since the last time we had the podcast. Well, let's see. I shot through some discs.
Ooh, I saw that.
Yeah, got out like through the range, through the buzzsaws, through the Simon balances.
What's your favorite one so far?
I don't know. I felt like the buzzsaws and the balances were actually kind of close, even though they're like totally different numbers. But like stability wise, those were close. I think the range, the like Eagle range, I know the stock ones just dropped.
Yep.
That disc is going right in the bag. That is the straightest disc I've ever thrown.
Really?
And it's like slightly understable, stable, but I was throwing it into a little bit of like a crosswind, and it held its line. And then
we're talking straightest disc, like as in goes up, stays flat, lands flat.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I think it's a negative. Maybe I don't know if it's a -1 or a -0.5, but it just held. Like I couldn't believe it. I thought I'd get a little turn or like whatever, but it was nice.
We talking like high speed torque, or are we talking like just like a 80-90 percenter?
I did throw it an 80-90% and it held, and then I threw it a little more and it still held.
Still okay.
Yeah.
But no low speed over stability, like didn't go off at the end.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I like
shocked.
the Comet so much, because it doesn't dump at the end.
Yeah.
So I might have to.
I would check it out.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
Like I was skeptical. I like that the hand feel isn't as deep as the Berg. It definitely doesn't have that, but your thumb fits real nice, just like right on top, you know. You're not pressing down too far. You can get a good grip with power grip or fan grip, and just it's a comfortable disc. I was surprised.
Is this another point and shoot? Like everybody says, it's point and shoot, point and shoot. Like I don't know how many discs I've heard that from.
Fairly, yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
All right.
Like I felt like if I was aiming in one direction, it was just going to go there.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I think one time I did round a little bit and I ended up sawing it off and it turned into a roller. But anytime I was like with good release angle, good control, yeah, point and shoot.
Nice.
Yeah. And then what else did I throw? Range. I think that was it. Yeah. I brought the trail out.
Did you do the tempo?
The tempo was good too.
Okay.
Definitely in that, because I was trying that out compared to the zone, and I brought out the Crystal Flex zone. I had the Jawbreaker. I had a Jawbreaker zone. I don't know what the heck. I have two of them. I was digging through all my Discraft discs. And I was like, gosh, I haven't thrown them in a while, and I know they're in here. Looked through my garage, looked through my bags. I haven't bagged it in a while. I know I took it out. I looked in my cart, my Zuka cart. Couldn't find either of them.
What about Dempsey's bag?
That I didn't check. And I forgot where he has his bag. So I got to check Dempsey's bag next time because I wanted to see like the different stabilities because the zone and the tempo definitely carried a little more just because it was lighter weight. It was like a 166. Still had a decent finish, but I felt like I could get on it and like it just went. It was definitely glidier than the zone.
For sure.
So I think like if you're looking for a zone in like MVP, entropy would be more that disc. But it's still good. It still felt great.
So what is it like a verdict?
A little yeah, you could maybe put that because like it's only a 4-speed. It's like a 4403.
Okay.
And then I wanted to bring out a harp too. Like I got a tournament. I got a tournament harp out of my discs too. And I meant to bring that, and I set it down in the house, and like I left with all the discs, and I just left the harp like sitting there. I was like, dang it! So I had like other discs I was gonna bring it out and like test it against.
Yeah,
but yeah,
because a harp, a suspect. You said a verdict's probably too fast.
Yeah,
because a verdict is essentially
I would say like
EMAC. Really,
I would say it kind of a
like a stable or EMAC.
Yeah, I mean it's got a little more fade than an EMAC. I would say a verdict and the tempo kind of have the same fade. For sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone's just if you said the tempo was more glidey, it might be pretty darn close to a verdict then.
It might be. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
And the particle glow is pretty cool.
Dude, there was that cosmic, that particle glow that I think Matt put a picture of it on there. It looks good.
Because the new Silva discs are like that too.
Yeah.
The proxies.
That's what it was. It was a Silva proxy. Man, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Looks so good. And speaking of, DoorDisc.com. You can get them. But, man, they looked really, really good. I picked up and I threw out back, and you're going to laugh at this. I have the Z-Flex Jawbreaker Comets, the Johansson ones this year.
Oh, okay.
And I had like 4 of them. And I was like, because I saw them at Dunham's, and I bought every one that I saw because I didn't see them. I've never seen them before.
Sure.
So I was like, I grabbed them. And I was throwing them out there. And I threw probably about 8 times because we had some awesome weather this week.
We did. Yeah. It was nice.
I threw probably about 8 times. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to see, like what I can really do. So I kind of backed up. And then I went to throw, and I felt something go in my shoulder.
No.
I mean, it's been bad. Like, I can't even throw a ball.
Ooh.
Like, can't even throw a ball. It's been so bad. Like, any, like, press movements, so, like, working out has been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been okay. I can still work out. But, like, putting on a sweater or, like, I was trying to throw a softball with my daughter, no chance.
Dang.
It hurts. So I don't think there's anything, like, I mean, I've damaged my shoulders a lot just in the past with sports and whatnot. So I kind of know what a, like, surgery type injury is. I think this is just some sort of muscle strain or pop or, like, tear maybe.
Okay.
I'm hoping. But it's been.
It's sad when you say, like, hey, I'm hoping it's just a tear.
Yeah. I mean, it is so bad. Like, it's bad. But it is what it is. I was so excited because it was so warm. And I threw like 8 or 9 shots just kind of mildly.
Yeah.
And then I just went up, was like, all right, I'm going to try to really rip into it and see if it holds. Because they're slightly less stable. But it's a weird throw. I never really got to throw it full power. But I was excited about it. But the way they were flying, I was really liking them. They weren't Jawbreaker. But I have a TI Comet, which is fantastic. One of my favorite Comets. but it's not as stable as the TI, but it kind of has that same like glide and slow turn. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to explain it. So, but I didn't give it a full rip. Like the one full rip I did, I got on my knees and was like holding my shoulder. It was like a really sharp pain.
Oh, man.
And it's like right on the, like, I don't know, closer to my back than like on that back side.
Well, I can tell you after throwing, I felt a little like right behind the shoulder, but it like traveled down to like my lat.
Yeah.
Almost. So like I feel a pain right where like it's hard to explain, but I can definitely feel something a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it's just a little discomfort, but it's there.
Spring disc golf, I guess, with old guys.
Right.
That's all it is. Yeah, we got
Get excited about throwing, and then all of a sudden, oh, my back's out.
Yeah. Oh, it's so bad. You know what I knew? Like, I was like, I'll just throw a few light, like, just get my muscles warmed up. And so I think we talked last week about the importance of warming up.
We did.
The 15 things.
We definitely did.
Well, there you go. I didn't do an appropriate warm up, and I'm paying for it. And it was bad. Like, we went to, and we had a basketball tournament. My son had a basketball tournament this weekend. And afterwards, we were staying at a motel that had an indoor basketball court, which was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
So we went and played. Was it half court? But we were like playing, and just shooting a basketball was just like hurt. Ooh. Like it hurt. Of course, I kept shooting, but it was just one of those like I'm out there playing with like half of his team and just goofing around, and we're playing like lightning and stuff like that. So I'm like, it's a free throw. And I think it actually made my shot better. I was so dialed on the free throw. Like everybody would be like, "Oh, Shane's behind me now." I was so dialed. It was awesome. But it still hurt every time I shot.
Oh, man.
But with all that being said, it was a good weekend. It was a good week, I mean, per se, because we had great weather. I got a lot done work-wise. Like, we're getting closer and closer to opening up the donut shop.
Nice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then, and then I got to throw a couple discs, just a couple times. And then, and then we're here now. So it was a long weekend, though. You know how those travel sports are. So, you go like Friday, we left right after school, got to the Dells. It was in the Dells. And then we were there for all through Saturday was the whole tournament. And then Sunday we woke up this morning, and then of course everybody wanted to go shopping at the outlets.
Okay.
So we went shopping at the outlets, and then we got back probably about 5:30, 5:45. So, but
yeah, Maisie had a state gymnastics meet. I wasn't able to go because I had to work and be home, but West Bend.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good haul.
Yeah.
And then
did you have them go by Riverside?
No, unfortunately. But they drove back, like the meet ended at like 8. They drove back and stayed overnight at my parents' place in Green Bay, and then they like woke up and they're like, "It's like a blizzard down here." I was like, "What?"
Was that
like,
today?
Yeah. Because someone else mentioned that too. They were like, "Oh, we were driving back from Racine, and it was like 65 yesterday, and then today they had like almost a blizzard." I was like, "What the heck?"
So as I'm driving from the Dells, going across like through, I don't know, I'm trying like Fox Lake and all that stuff.
Sure.
Just people with tons of snow on their car coming west or southwest. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what in the... And I kept telling Sandy, are we going into a like a blizzard? Can you look up? Like, no, I don't see anything. We saw no snow anywhere else but on cars.
Yeah, it was really weird too, because in the morning, it was kind of like a dusting and like a little bit. But other places I heard there was a ton. And then by this afternoon, it was nice out.
Yeah. I didn't see a single lick of snow on the ground anywhere.
So weird.
It was really strange. So, yeah, that's good to know. All right, here is the random question for you. 2 things you never leave the house without, excluding your phone.
Excluding my phone.
Excluding your phone. That cannot be one of the 2 things.
Okay. One of them is water bottles. Mm-hmm. I carry... It's going to be crazy. I carry 3.
Usable water or like reusable ones? Like Yeti style?
Yeah. Like I have...
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I have my shaker bottle that has like my protein shake in it. And then I have 2 with just water.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And, sometimes I will drink them all. Sometimes I won't, depending on how it goes. Or like, because I have them throughout the day.
Yep.
Other thing's my wallet.
Okay.
It's just like it's like a little card size wallet. Mm-hmm. And then that's pretty much it. Like keys.
Yeah.
Like I have to have my keys to get to work and everything. So yeah, those are my things.
So I do those as well. So I'll piggyback on the water thing. I always have one of my Yeti bottles with me. And then probably my knife.
Yeah, I was gonna say you always carry some knife on you.
This is a knife for sure. And is it like, it's not like a Crocodile Dundee knife, guys.
Oh, that's a knife.
These are just pocket knives. But that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah.
These are like pocket knives, but I really like my pocket knives. Yeah. But anyways, they're pocket knives. And I use them for like opening boxes, just doing whatever. And so with what I do for work, I'm constantly opening boxes.
Yeah.
Constantly. So that's kind of where it stemmed from. But I've carried a pocket knife since I was like, my grandfather gave me a pocket knife when I was 7 years old.
Dang.
And I have never not had a pocket knife since then, except for like in school and stuff like that. Now, we grew up in a different age where having a pocket knife wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But, as long as you're not like
flashing it around.
Yeah. And so pocket knives, I've always, and I don't know how many when I was traveling a lot. And this is just stupid, like, because it's like, keys, wallet, knife, like that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how many I've lost in like airports. They're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm just like, just take it. Like, sorry. Never an expensive one, luckily. But yeah. So pocket knife and then my water bottles. So a bottle. But I have a shaker bottle and then I have like a 40-ounce Yeti that I carry around. So, and they're just like the clear polycarbonate Yetis or whatever. So I like my BPAs. They make me feel good inside.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Like those microplastics seeping into your water.
Oh, yeah. Well, it makes everything go through your body a little bit quicker. It's like that's why I refuse to eat on nothing but nonstick pans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want all of that in me.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right. Well, let's get to disc golf. So
anyway,
let's talk about Waco.
Wacky Waco.
So Waco. No, actually, let's talk about Simon Lazat's vlog.
Okay.
No, back up. Let's talk about
make up your mind, man. Truly.
All right. Okay. So we're going to talk Luna Battle. And the reason I want to talk Luna Battle is, oh my goodness, on the same camera, and they were fighting. Although it was a little clickbait-y, the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah.
Paul and Ricky.
Right, with AB in the middle with the referee. Sure.
Yeah, well, they had the boxing gloves on, too.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It was.
So it was really neat. And they start off right in the very beginning, goes, AB. AB's like doing the ref thing. And he's like, this is the very first time you two have been on the channel together. And Paul immediately claps, willingly. I was like, whoa. But it was really cool. It was fun, and it was just normal, regular old banter.
Yeah.
There was never anything that was like, I was expecting some sort of heat to fly back and forth at all. I mean, there was a little bit of like picking at each other, but everything was good.
Well, it's funny because the last Luna battle with, in Florida, AB and Paul, I forgot what hole they were on, but you see Ricky like cross through on the camera and he ends up playing the hole with them. Like, not like, just during practice round. He wasn't part of the Luna battle, but you just see it. I'm wondering if they're like, okay, we got to try to get him included in on some stuff. Yeah.
May as well, which I thought it was cool to see. I mean, I was kind of hoping, we talked about it many episodes ago now. I don't know how many it was, but it was a few episodes ago now. Talked about how I wanted to see them kind of fight each other a little more.
Oh, yeah.
This is just as good. Because there's so much history there that I think seeing this is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully it happens some more. Hopefully you see it happen a bit more.
Yeah.
But he's pretty good with a Luna.
Yeah.
Ricky's pretty good with a Luna.
Yeah.
Not as good as Paul.
Right. Because what was he saying? Oh, I forgot. When he first got his discs, he was talking about something with the Luna because he throwing it. I forgot what it was, but I was like, oh, maybe, or something about making it his disc or something like that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that actually put out practice round videos.
Dude, a ton
of people. I mean, Jomez had their practice round, and there's always Ezra and Goose, Annika Steen and Lucky put out a video. Apart from the Robinson brothers being with Jomez, they put out their own thing. Casey and Kyle Klein had a back and forth.
Burr had one too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Simon had his vlogs. Like, there was just, or MVP with James and Simon had, so there was a ton of coverage.
I'm surprised Smith wasn't there. Brody. Or was he? And we just didn't see anything about him.
No, I don't think he was going to play.
Okay.
Because we looked at his schedule. I don't remember.
It's weird. That's like basically his backyard. I mean, it's not his backyard, but within driving distance.
Right.
Because he's in Dallas, right?
Yeah, as far
Waco's not that far because Waco's near Austin. Yeah. Huh. So I don't know where Waco is. Waco's near Austin, isn't it? It's like north of Austin, like an hour.
I think they said it was like an hour, yeah.
Okay, so it's like northwest of Austin, and then Dallas is northeast. I think that's how it goes.
I think so.
So, all right. Well, it was good. It was cool to see. I mean, if you haven't checked it out, I believe it was on Macbeth's channel, or was it on AB's channel?
I don't remember. I can't remember whose channel. It might have been AB's.
Yeah, but I do know that the practice round will be on Macbeth's channel since he won, since he beat Ricky. But it was funny to see their shots. I mean, they're birding these holes with these Lunas. And, yeah, I mean, they birdied quite a bit this weekend, too. But you're looking at it like, why don't you just throw that Luna all the time? With some of these holes, like, because they're not, even if they're getting kicks, they're not bad kicks.
No, they're not. Yeah. I mean, this is the shortest course on tour. Like, I think, I forgot what hole it is. It's 213 feet. That's the shortest hole on tour. Yeah. That's that one that's uphill, though. Oh, no, it's the one that kind of finishes downhill, right? Is that one? Slightly to the right. Yeah. That would be your hole right there. Yes, it would. That'd be perfect. As a lefty. So, all right. And then we'll get into Simon's blog. So, I am adoring Simon's blogs, dude. They're so good. They're so good. And he kind of gives a recap, like true, like after round recap, pre-round recaps, and then he does like a couple shots from each round. Like he goes through, gives his honest opinions. Like if there is a more likable person on the tour, show him to me. Right. I mean, there's nobody, man or woman. I really don't think there's a more likable personality on tour. Yeah, hard pressed to find somebody. I mean, you definitely have your people that you root for. Oh, for sure. On tour, but yeah, it's hard not to. You know, he's sitting there playing guitar. You know, he's today. Like I watched this morning. He's before like for a second day one, he's like sitting there watching soccer, talking. You know, yeah, it was interesting. I don't know, like it's unique. Yes. Right, to have like that behind the scenes access. Like nobody's really doing that. You get the practice rounds, you get other things. And I think he wants to, besides this, I think he's going to still be doing trying to do like trick shots and stuff. Yeah. Or whatever in between, although that hasn't come up yet. But but it's him and Joey Tamale, right? I thought it was him. It's another, someone else? It's someone else. Okay. I forgot, his name's, I think it's Dustin? I don't know. I don't. He hired outside. Like Joey filmed something for Ricky, and then I thought he was doing. I think I just got confused because they're doing the Crushed Pepper podcast together. So I thought they were like doing that. Yeah. You know, he asked him to do that, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's somebody completely different. So I've only listened to the first episode of the Crushed Pepper. Yeah. I was hoping for more. Okay. It's really not a disc golf podcast. It didn't. No. It's them. I didn't expect it to be. Right. It's just them kind of. I mean, I did, but bantering, and then they talk, a little bit here and there about disc golf stuff. But it's a lot of stories about what what's going on disc golf wise with them. Yeah. But it's really weird because, they had Simon on one episode, because it was right before Florida. It was right before Supreme Flight. But really, it's an MVP podcast. Right. Because all three of those guys are just MVP. And they're like, well, maybe we should do this just to, I don't know. Because Joe used to be Discraft, right? Or was he nobody, like maybe underground team or something like that? Yeah, I'm not totally sure. Because he was just kind of a cameraman for Paul for a while, right? And then he did some stuff. He captured the 18 down. Yeah, yep. Because it was... He talked about it, actually. He talked about how Steve Dodge was asking him to cover stuff. This was on the latest episode. He's like, he kind of had Steve with the Pro Tour, and then he was asked to go, follow Paul. Yeah. And he casually caught the 18 down net.
What a great way.
Yeah.
What a great way to break in. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know they were talking about like burnout and all this stuff and how they stay in the off season. And I'm just listening to it like, well, I got to give it a couple more episodes at least. But it was just like, it was kind of mundane and boring stuff. The first episode that I was listening to, I wasn't like, oh, this is fun to listen to. But I feel like I'd like to hear about stuff like that. And I think with Simon and Eagle, I think we just know their lives so much because they've been out there for so long that what's new? Right. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, but they might bring a different perspective sitting behind a mic like that. So,
yeah, first episode, they, definitely feeling stuff out. But now Simon's kind of got his thing, Simon Wines, where he kind of has some gripes and things about the course being played or different things that he's got on his mind. And then every once in a while, Eagle or Joey will have some kind of segment that they throw in. So yeah, I don't know. They're figuring their way through it.
Yeah. It's very reminiscent of early DD days. Like with how they're constantly just putting out stuff and content, and that's where MVP, and I know it's not MVP that's doing it, but it's basically their players are just hammering stuff out right now, you know, which is great. I mean,
it is.
It's all quality enough. Like like I said, it's just, where's the new perspective in disc golf? Even what we do. I mean, we're obviously different from others, but where's the new perspective? Like, where's the new shift? Where's the new direction,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where it is. I mean, I think what we're talking about for the mystery podcast will be, I think it'll be definitely different.
Yeah.
But is that a disc golf podcast?
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's got a disc golf twist to it.
Right.
But it's not definitely a disc golf podcast.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like there's got to be something else to pull from that you can kind of tie disc golf to, that you can kind of make it something unique. But it's hard to grasp onto what transitions well with that, or what other thing in disc golf you can be like, oh, this is an easy collaboration. Kind of like, well, Drew Gibson right now, he's kind of tying his thing into the golf thing. And he's doing golf videos and he's doing his disc golf thing. And shout out to him because he and Michaela Allen, they just had a baby girl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So just yesterday or the day before.
Wait, Michaela, that's
Jen Allen's
daughter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought she'd be a hard one to have as a mother-in-law.
Yeah.
I'd be a bit scared.
Yeah.
Like, that's no insult to Jen Allen. It's just that if I screw up, Jen Allen knows how to handle herself.
Right.
For sure. Like,
right.
Better be good, Drew. You better be good. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Because that's like missing baby makers right there. Like, you mess with her, that's missing baby makers right there.
Yep. That's not.
I was going to go further, but I figured those intrusive thoughts can stay in my mind.
Right.
All right, go ahead. Where were we?
Oh, talking about, just finding other avenues to help disc golf reach a different audience, perhaps, or whatever it is, that expansion, like we're always thinking about with disc golf in general.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's hard. It's because so this weekend with the whole tournament thing with my son, it was phenomenal to see these places that they play in, like these AAU teams play in. They're so cool to walk into these ginormous buildings with like 8 basketball courts in it.
Right.
And then they'll have like volleyball setups and pickleball setups and tennis setups, like all in these same complexes. And you're just looking at them like, man, disc golf will never have anything like this.
Right.
You just can't. Like, we need too much space, You walk into these places and you see these giant disc golf simulators. You see, like, disc golf will never have anything like that. Well, maybe the golf simulator. Maybe.
True.
We're getting there. There are some that are out there that are pretty good.
Yeah.
But you still have rotation, nose angle.
Yeah.
Like you have so many different variables that Tech Disc is doing a good job with.
Yeah.
But
what I was thinking about this the other day because like I was going to ask Matt. I was like, "Oh, it'd be really cool if they set up, a league through the Tech Disc like thing," and they did.
Yeah,
Right, they did, right?
Yep.
But what'd be cool is if they had something like, what's the thing that Rory and or was it Rory and Tiger? It's a giant golf simulator. I forgot what it's called, but it has a green. Like you hit the ball at a screen, right? But then you get to a certain point. Like say your ball lands in sand. Well, they are able to simulate that because there's a bunker, or you land in the rough and you hit from the rough because it's simulated that way. And they have a green that rotates, it undulates and modifies to like. It's awesome. I forgot what the heck it's called. But anyway, they just like kind of have playoffs or whatever finishing up right now.
That's not the Top Golf Simulator, is it?
No, this is something
different. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, that would be cool for disc golf if you could have like the giant screen that you throw your disc at, but say you land somewhere and all of a sudden you have like trees or something weird where you could pinch the trees in to create like a tunnel shot.
Right.
Or like move them to like make a fairway a certain way.
That's not a bad idea.
And then all of a sudden you get up to the basket, but the basket's on something that you can change the elevation or like move the basket somehow to like change that up.
Yeah, and if you had the indoor space of 33 feet or greater, you could, once you get within 40 feet, you have to putt.
Yes,
actually physically putt.
Yeah,
which would be cool because right now putting is the hardest thing, especially digitally. Like trying to
looking at the screen and like not having a visual basket.
Yep.
You're just aiming there, and you're like, well, is it going to go left? Is it going to go right? You have no idea.
High or up.
Yeah, exactly.
And the left and right isn't even so much of a thing because all you do is you point your cursor towards it, and all it is up and down is all you're messing with putting. So that's the variable in simulators that aren't great,
right?
But
or elements,
even in golf, or elements. But even in golf, that would be great. Big fans behind or in front of. But even in golf simulators, putting always sucks. Like it's never been good. I mean, any golf simulator I haven't played a lot of them, but maybe 5 different types that I played, and the putting never works awesome, and it's usually within about 5 or 10 feet of the hole. It's a gimme because it's just practically speaking, there's no way to do it. So I think that's the weakest part on both of those. But man, I wish we could have those type of things. Like I just wish disc golf was more compact and we could get it into these large scale, rooms, because it was called Just a Game was the compound.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And it was phenomenal. These were just giant field houses.
Yeah.
And they were recreational, privately owned, and they just had tournament after tournament after tournament after tournament. And they were reasonable. Like a whole team, it was like $250 and then $40 a player or something like that. Entry fee, and then or maybe it was just $250 an entry fee, and then it was $250 entry fee per team, and then it was $10 for spectator. So if you walked in and you wanted to watch, it was $10. For spectating. Nice. And I was like, that's nothing. I mean, so they're making money, and man, it just
is there concessions and everything?
Concessions. There was a pro shop. There was like all this stuff. And when they won the tournament. When they won the tournament, they went and got them right up there, like tournament winners. They stamped their shirt and gave it to them right away.
That's cool.
Like they did it in the pro shop there. It was nice. So they just
actually they did that with Maisie's gymnastics meet this past weekend. They were selling T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff, and they had the press right there. Like you could get like 2025, stamp it on whatever.
Yep,
pretty cool.
I've seen that at swim meets too. Malachi went to state swim 2 years in a row, and each time we got him a sweater, and on the sweater, he was able to put the events he was in.
Yeah.
So he would just fill out the form.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Come back like an hour later, we can pick it up. It was really cool. So
that was cool.
But anyways, so it'd be neat to see some of that stuff. I don't know how we got there. I mean, I kind of know how we got there, but not really. So
anyway, Simon's vlogs.
So Simon vlogs. So I'm enjoying them. Watch them. They're great.
I'm surprised there's not anybody else that's really, I mean, I don't know if Gannon and Ezra and those guys kind of are behind the scenes doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But maybe not as insightful, right?
No.
Definitely not with the recapping stuff. It's more...
But they're not as mature.
True.
In their game or in life at this point, right?
Yeah. You do see them in Simon's vlogs every once in a while, now because of steak night.
Yeah, exactly. That was cool, by the way.
Yeah.
I liked I just like that Simon has enough wherewithal to understand. And he even says it like, you hang around with me, you have a camera in your face. Like,
right,
that's just how it is. Yeah.
Who was it? Was it Cal Lundquist was sitting on the couch next to him?
Yeah.
And he just looks at the camera.
He's like, right.
Yeah.
Hasn't been a problem since. But,
yeah.
A lot of people are weird when they get around cameras. And it'll affect their game. It'll affect how they talk with people. I mean, I think one of the things that a lot of people get is they get that camera goofiness where they just kind of become a different person in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are as comfortable as Simon is. Simon's just like super comfortable. And what I like about Simon's vlogs is that, especially these ones. So if you've ever ran into him at a tournament, he is kind of like stoic. He just kind of doesn't really talk. I mean, if you engage him, he'll engage right back. But for the most part, he seems almost unapproachable. This lets you in that he's not really that way.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat. So, but he gave the recap of rounds of Waco, and this is where we'll jump into Waco. But I thought it was a wonderful companion to Waco. It was great to watch him. And the reason what caught me was him in this weird, awkward position on the 18th tee. Yeah. On the ground. And he says, it's clickbait again.
I almost ended my
career or something like that.
Something
Or
like
could
that.
have been a career ending, whatever.
Right. And it's
was
him in that position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got a birdie off of it. He was 20 feet away off of that throw. Unreal. So, but really neat though. And it was nice because he did kind of a hole by hole recap. He showed his card. He did all that stuff. And he was very honest about how everything happened. And it was really neat. Really, really neat.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see his final round and see what that looks like. Because I know he'll probably won't put that out for another couple of days because of the whole...
Maybe tomorrow. You never know.
Maybe. Because if he does it the same way, are they allowed to put it out? Isn't there a certain amount of time that media has to wait to put that stuff out? But maybe
I don't know.
I don't know
I'm
the
not
rules.
Sure.
We said we were going to look at rules, and I didn't look at rules. Did you look at rules?
No, I didn't.
We'll do it, I swear. All right, Waco. You want to take over for this one?
Okay, where to start?
It is in Waco, Texas.
It is in Waco, Texas.
Yes.
That's a good start. Yes. It was windy, as always.
Except for the last day, supposedly.
Supposedly it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't get to see the final round today. Anyway, let's start with... We'll start with FPO. Shoot. I was looking at... You were like, did Brody play? Brody did not play.
Oh, he didn't? Okay.
No, he didn't. All right. So, winning... Spoiler alert. If you're... haven't watched it. Yeah. This Kristen Latt girl...
Yeah,
seems pretty
coming
good.
out of nowhere.
Coming out of nowhere.
Never heard of her before.
No, weird. Yeah, first event of the year, and she just happens to win.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pretty handedly.
Pretty handedly.
Not Holland handedly, but...
Pretty handily. Yeah. So she ended up with a 23 down. She beat Holland handily by 7 strokes at 16 down. Henna Blomroos 15. Missy Gannon came... Well, no, she played ball. 4 down this afternoon, but 12 down total. Ella Hansen, 12 down. Owen Scoggins, 11 down. Jessica Weiss, who at one point had the hot round yesterday, was playing well until the back 9. Then Rebecca Cox, who shot up 8 spots. Madison Walker, and tied in 10th, Cadence Burge and Hannah Wynn. Kristen, back-to-back winner.
Isn't that... Hanley dropped a third or 2 weeks ago at the Supreme, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but so round 1, Kristen played okay. She was 7 down. Hannah Blomroos was in the lead. Kristen didn't putt terribly well. She was 4 of 9 from C1X.
X.
Yeah.
Was it that windy? Or was she just that off?
I think she was just that off. Because, like, I watched it. I was like, it was a little windy, but, like, Owen was... Oh, no. That was round 2 that I was watching this morning. That Owen was, like, there putting, but she was kind of off. Like, Jessica Weiss played well, the front 9. So, Jomez, like, the feature card was Kristen, Anakin, and then, shoot, who else was on that? Kristen, Anakin, Weatherman.
Okay.
And then, shoot, who was the 4? Oh, Deanne Carey. Yeah. That was the 4.
Yeah.
Because Deanne's with Prodigy, so she was on there. Yeah. So, I mean, they all played, like, kind of decent, but, yeah, I don't know. It was okay. Like, you could definitely tell, like, putting was an issue for almost everybody.
Yeah. And it is early season. I mean,
it is.
They will rein it in, and you will start seeing the percentages go up.
Hopefully. But, I mean, round 2, like, watching Jomez round 2, like, Henna, you know, she was playing well. Jessica Weiss, like, took the lead and was, like, hot round. And then she kind of fell back on 12. She took a double bogey, and then she bogeyed on hole 15. But, like, at one point, she was just hot. She was, like, birdied 4 holes in a row. She was sitting at minus... I think it was at minus like 13 or minus 11. I was just like, jeez. Okay, she's playing well. And then her putting kind of caught up to her. And then Kristen kind of like was starting to charge a little bit. Henna fell off even though she was winning. Like she played okay. She took a triple bogey on hole 3. And then there's, because like, oh yeah, she airballed a putt, missed the comebacker, and then like canned it. And I was just like, man, what the heck? And then that was the same hole. Owen like went high and like hit off top band, and like it was just like a really odd card to watch at the time. But and like Camp Merch made a charge today, or was that yesterday? So I don't know. It was like overall like pretty good golf. Like aside from Kristen, this course is short, so there's not a lot of hole separations. It's like you get in the woods, they're shorter holes, but they're technical. Like there are some really technical holes there, and you just have to hit your line, right? Like we were talking before, like kicking into the woods there isn't so bad because there are your spots that you can kind of like pitch and poke out, or like find your spots to like make it through. So you're not going to lose a ton of strokes,
right?
Aside from putting,
right?
Because like you can make it to, you know, your greens in regulation, you're going to get fairway hits are going to be fairly easy. You might get the occasional, you know, kick out of bounds, but there's not that much. Hole 16 did change this year. They had the out of bounds came in like near what I call the green, like C2, you know, like got to that pitch point, and saw that in the FPO and MPO side. I saw like Luke Humphreys really like struggle with that hole on the feature card. He kept throwing out of bounds outright and like wasn't able to get back in because he really turned over on the disc. And so that hole kind of came into play quite a bit for people.
Yeah.
So that's the FPO side.
And Waco is, you know, you mentioned about like not that punishing. Waco is known for not having a ton of separation.
No, right.
But
it would have been more interesting if they played the golf course this year. Like, if they hadn't taken the golf course away, I feel like you would have gotten some more of that score separation and really, you know, separate, you know, like...
I mean, we got it on the FPO side. Like, you saw the separation there, but... On the MPO side, and we'll talk pretty soon, but on the MPO side, going into the final round, there was like 6 people or 7 people tied at 11 down or something like that, and I mean it was nuts,
crazy. Checking live scores at one point, there was 3 or 4 people tied for the lead, and then after that, there was 5 or 6 people all tied for 5th, and then you got people tied for 10th, all within a couple strokes of each other. And you're either missing a putt or you might get a bad kick. Like Paul missed the Mando. So that was something, you know, for 13 on 13. But other than that, it's like everybody was just neck and neck and neck. And yeah, I mean, it's exciting because you do have that, and you're waiting for that one mistake or something to happen, but it's like you have to wait forever because everybody's playing the same.
Yep. Well, and I think that is the thing. It's the mindset of the golfer that is making a difference in these courses now, because if you really go for it, this is an attackable course where eagles are available.
They are, yes.
But nobody's running for eagles. Everybody's playing that birdie golf, which is, I mean, may as well be par golf. Like,
right.
But everybody is playing that birdie golf. Everybody's looking for just those easy birdies. If they take a par, awesome. Just don't get bogeys. Mm-hmm. But nobody's pushing for the eagles, and they're out there. They are out there. So it's, I don't know, it's interesting to see it, but I do like it. Like you said, it's so much more intense. You're just waiting for that one little slip up, and sure enough, it ended in kind of a controversy.
Right.
So I mean, that's awesome. Like, that's what we like to see.
True.
It doesn't take anything away from who won in MPO, but it is pretty awesome that that's how it ended up. Because the two people that were battling for it are both great people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're like people that I don't mind seeing win, and kind of wish the other person would have won, but still, that's awesome. So, with that being said, we'll get into the MPO.
All right, the winner was Adam Hammis. Shot minus 30. Second place, Simon Lizotte, minus 29. Nico, third place. Shooting 27 down, tying with Evan Smith. And then we get Andrew Marweed and Evan Scott, Gannon Burr, Grady Shue. Here's the name. Barsby.
Yes.
Calvin, all tied for fifth at 26 down. James Conrad, Barella, P. McBee, all at 11. So that's basically like your run of like top 10. Jake Munn shot the course record today, which was insane. 15 down.
That's nuts.
Oh, I saw his name before. What the heck? A lot of people shot. Jake Munn, 15 down, man. He shot a par on hole 9, hole 12, and hole 14, but birdies.
Wow.
The whole way.
9, 12, and so he went 8 straight.
Yeah.
That is not an easy run.
Not at all. Not at all.
That is 8 straight. That
and
is
it
awesome.
jumped him 34 spots.
Jeez. Good for him.
Yeah.
That's a couple $100 right there for sure.
Yep. Placed him at 26th.
That's awesome.
And then yesterday, Simon shot himself a minus 12 and shot himself up 37 spots to make it to the chase card.
Yep.
So he was in contention. He had a decent first round. I forgot where he was at. Well,
he was 20-some. No, he was in 40, the 40.
He's 42, 5 down, which is crazy because like they were talking about this on Jomez coverage. A lot of people were kind of in that 4 down to like 5 down range at one point. And they're like, yeah, that's putting you at like 60th place right now. Shooting like a 4 or 5 down. And it's like, okay, like you think you're playing well, and then all of a sudden the leader's got, Ezra had minus 12.
Yeah.
Like he played really well. Nathan Queen was in the lead with minus 11 for a while until...
Nathan Queen, look at that.
Yeah. And then Calvin, Adam, and Dickerson all shot minus 11. Clay Edwards, and then Nico, Barsby, Freddie Mesa, and Ezra Aderhold all at 10 down as well. So, I mean, there was a lot of people playing well at this course. And then Paul, minus 9, Barella minus 9, Grady Shue, Sully Tipton. Like there's just really good scores to be had here. So it's hard. And then second round, Calvin, Paul, Adam, Barella, a lot of Discraft guys again.
Lots.
And then Simon moved up, Evan Smith, Grady Shue, like all these guys were within 4 strokes of the lead, like striking distance.
Yep.
And just easy enough to get there. And then all of a sudden, round 3, everybody's kind of like playing the same. And Simon ends up playing pretty well for the front 9. And then the back 9, he took 1 bogey on 12, but he's birdieing everything else.
Yep.
And then Hamas, shoots an 11 down. He took a bogey on 4. He got an eagle on 7, which is one of the most eagleable holes on the course. It's the one that like comes out of the woods, and then it's got like the steps leading up to it.
Valley, yeah.
Yeah, little valley down below.
Yeah.
But that's the most eagleable hole on the course. So he hit that. Marweed hit it. I mean, had like a pretty decent rate.
He had to do that forehand, right? Kind of a turnover forehand, stable back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to basically be in the valley or across it. Yeah.
But I mean, he had, but then he was like, after that eagle, he parred the next 5 holes, but then he birdied the next 5 out of 6. So,
yeah.
I mean, it was just a case of like, once again, like being within a stroke of everybody and staying hot. So,
yeah. Well, and so let's talk about the things that could have changed the outcome. There's two things that people talk about.
Yeah.
So first is Simon played the wrong lie.
Yes.
Without a provisional.
Had
to take a practice stroke penalty. Mm-hmm. Still parred the hole.
Yep.
And so that took 1 stroke away right there.
That took a stroke away right there.
And then Adam Hamas was out of bounds.
Right.
But Card went up and looked at it, Card rules.
Yep.
And said, hey, you're in bounds still. Took it, birdied the hole, took the...
Right.
Yeah. So if not, they would have been tied into a playoff.
Yeah. And you can clearly see, like, this was on Reddit. There's a picture of the disc clearly on the line, like, no green, like, inbounds at all.
Yep.
And I guess from what one Reddit person had said, Chris Dickerson was on the card, and he was the only person to say that he was actually out of bounds.
Okay. I bet everybody else said he was in.
But everybody else, said he was in. From what Reddit said.
Yeah.
So, I mean, tough to go. I mean, if you're Adam Hamilton, you're advocating for yourself. You're like, absolutely, I'm in.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is like, oh yeah, and
sure.
Right.
Too much of a buddy sport. Like, it's vertical plane, and if you're not breaking that vertical plane, so if there's a white line and you're surrounded by the white line, you're not inside of that white line, it's out.
Yeah.
The line is not inbounds.
The
line is out of bounds.
Exactly.
You have to break the plane inside the inbounds. So paint, there's an argument for paint. Like, paint's not all clear because there's thickness there.
Right.
So are we on or are we not?
Yeah.
Should have had a line and a paint. Right? I don't know. So
it's one of those things, man, where I don't know.
But there's no good way. I mean, there's no
really
perfect way. And that's why doing as many as you can is the best. Or just forget about it. Like, but congratulations, Hamas. Congratulations, this lat chick, whoever that is.
Yeah, this lat chick. And you know what? We talked about it earlier, but Paul was tied for the lead at one point, going into hole 13 where he ended up missing the Mando, ended up taking a bogey, and then from there he just kind of fell apart. And the back 9 in general, he just did not, his putting just wasn't on.
Yeah.
And it just killed him because he dropped from a tie for first all the way down to 11th. And it's just like, you hate to see that.
I'm wondering if he was trying to make up and he was pushing too hard, or was it just simply got in his head and, he didn't have that killer mentality and he kind of fell apart a bit.
Yeah. I didn't see exactly what happened with missing the Mando thing. Because from what I remember of hole 13, like the Mando was pretty close, I think.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Because I'm trying to wade through the holes in 13. I'm not even recognizing what 13 is.
Yeah. Shoot. 555. Coming up. Because I'm trying to think of what's the light box hole? It's like they come up to the railing, there's the light boxes.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
Is that 15? That might be 15.
I think so.
I think 15 because it's gettable for some people.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So I can't pinpoint what 13 is right now, but like I'm pretty sure 15 is that gettable. It's because some people can get it, but they're talking about like most people are laying up and then throwing over that to get the birdie.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to throw wide. A lot of people would have to throw wide over that fence out on the right, and there's a fear of it not coming back in.
Yep. Because you have the height of the fence. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. So, well, good tournament. I mean, I always like Waco. I was signed up for Waco one year, and I don't remember what happened. I don't know if it was COVID year or what it was or why I didn't go. I remember I was gonna go, and then all of a sudden I didn't go, and there was some reason why it was good. And even my wife remembered because we were watching it. He goes, "Didn't you play this tournament?" I go, "No, I never played it." And she goes, "You signed up for it though." And I go, "Yeah, I just don't remember why I didn't go."
Huh.
Like I don't, because it was a year that, because Jordan and I usually did a lot of that West Coast swing together.
Okay.
But it was the year we didn't go to Memorial.
Oh.
And it was either the next year or the year after I was going to go to Waco. I was like, I'm just going to go to Waco.
Okay.
And if I remember rightly, no, I was. That's right. Because we were going to go down to Waco and my wife was going to come with us. And they were going to do the whole like Magnolia thing.
Okay.
While they were down there. And I was like, well, perfect. Because then I don't have to go there, you know. So I think that was the whole stick behind that. And
got it.
I don't remember why we didn't go. There was something came up. I don't remember what it was. But nevertheless, one of these days I'll get down there and play that tournament. And if not, I'll just get down there to throw the course. Cause
it would be fun.
Yeah. Because it stays up pretty much exactly how it is throughout but it is, no, there's some temps. But anyways, it's there. Brazos is there. So, all right.
So then, next we got coming up the Open at Austin.
Do we want to do some picks?
You know, I was just going to say that because you know what we haven't done yet?
Picks.
Any picks.
Picks. Let's do some picks. All right. Open at Austin.
Yeah, I was like, gosh, we should have made picks these past couple of weeks, but we really haven't.
Yeah. Open at Austin. By the way,
MVPs. It's now called MVPs Open at Austin because it's presented by MVP and Flight Factory.
Mm-hmm. And I have played
4-round tournament. Is it? It's not a major though, right? No, I don't think so. But it starts Thursday.
It does.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Open at Austin. Let's see who's in it. Oh, come on.
I gotta get back to the PGA.
No, thank you. I accept cookies. There we go. Oh, come on. The Open at Austin.
So, Owen Scoggins and Nicholas Antala are the defending champions. Yep.
I'm just trying to look for the listing of who is there, so I can get a good answer. Harvey Penix, Springer Valley Disc Golf. So I don't remember. I played one of them. I think it was the Sprinkle Valley Disc Golf course. It has to be because the other one's temp, isn't it? The Open course.
It is. I think so. I forgot what, Sprinkle Valley and let me just look up.
I remember Sprinkle Valley had like a big, like wooden sign above it or something like that, didn't it? Venue map, spectator guide, events, advertising tour, media vendor. Okay, so here we go. Looks like, oops, that's not what we needed. God, why can't I find the list of who's playing it? Why is this so hard?
If you just go to PGA, it'll give you the list.
So DGPT, why are you suck? PDGA.
Shoot, like Annika Steen and Lucky Lorenzen had an Instagram story of like what courses they were going to do for the practice round in Sprinkle Valley, and I forgot what the other course was.
It's Harvey
yes.
something.
Yeah, Harvey something.
Yeah.
Yep. Harvey.
This was last year.
It's not that.
Just Open at Austin. That's the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Open at Austin. Presented by Lone Star. No, that's from 23.
Harvey Pennick.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Open at Austin 2025. Oh my goodness, why can I not find the listing?
Are you not on the PGA website?
Yeah, but I still can't. Oh, wait.
I just typed in Open at Austin, and it came up pretty easy.
Shush your face. No way.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Open at Austin.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Owen Scoggins, too. 990 now. Oldest female to reach that.
Oh, did I get it? No. This is weird.
You know what I can do is you can tell me who you want. I'll be like, they're there or not.
Okay, got it. I got it. Here we go.
Cha-ching.
Lowest rated player is 994, just an FYI. So, all right. Ready?
I am ready.
We're going to do 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
All right.
What are you starting with?
I'm going to start with pick number 2.
Oh, but I mean MPO or FPO are you starting with?
MPO.
Okay. Got it.
I'm going to go Simon Lizotte, number 2.
Oh, okay.
I am going to go man, Ezra's doing well. I'm going to do Ezra Robinson, number 3.
Okay.
And just because I'm a fanboy, I'm going P. McBee.
Ooh, P. McBee to win.
I don't think this is his course, but we'll see. All right.
Okay. Oh, this is a tricky one. I'm going to take numero uno. I'm going to take Ricky.
Ooh. Because he's shown up at all the events.
I mean, he's showing up.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was saying.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, I'm going to take Ezra Robinson.
All right.
And number 3, I am going to pick. I gotta stay near the top, I feel like. I'll take AB.
Okay. Ooh, smart. Hey, by the way, is Eagle still alive?
Eagle is still alive.
Okay,
he just doesn't play Waco.
Oh.
He doesn't like Waco. He doesn't play well there, so he didn't sign up.
Well, you can't play well if you don't play.
Well, I know, but he just doesn't like the way he plays there.
Come on, Sally.
I know.
All right. FPO, you go first.
Okay. FPO, I'm going to take this Kristen Latt girl.
Man, she seems to be doing pretty well.
She seems to be doing pretty well. So
she's like that one guy that was the highest rated player, just popped out of nowhere. And then that's how she is right now. She's the highest rated female. Where'd she come from?
Like Manabu?
Yeah.
Popping up at tournaments.
No, it was Jackie Chan.
Oh, yeah, Jackie Chan, yeah.
Jackie. Not Chan. Chen. Sorry.
Yeah. Numero dos, I'm going to pick. You know, let's make it fun. I'm going to pick Silva Saarinen.
Oh, boo. Okay. It's not who I was going to pick, so that's good.
Okay.
I didn't want to
say. And then number 3, I will put. I'm thinking Owner Holland. I'll take Holland.
Good choice. All right. I'm doing Lat.
Okay.
Number 1. Handley, number 2. And then I'm going to step outside the box here and go with Miss Mandahano because she is local-ish.
She is.
So I think she is local.
Valerie,
yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Ooh, okay.
I was really thinking Ella Hansen, but I was like, you know what? Let's just do a little dark horse action. Let's see Valerie Montano.
I like that pick. Yeah. That's a good pick. Yeah. Kat Mertz would have been a good pick. She's been playing pretty well, too.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of girls.
Yeah, there's
Missy
a lot
Cannon,
of women.
Owen Scoggins. Like, we could... If Salonen and Blumroos wouldn't have their, like, putting blindfolds on, I'd be all over picking one of them. But what is the deal with them?
I don't know. Because you know what? I was watching Henna, and I like rooting for her.
They're so good.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, God, when it comes to the putting green, I just...
you want to talk about excitement. So like, someone that, like, one of the furthest throwers on tour. Both of them are.
Yeah.
Furthest throwers on tour. Probably... Maybe Henna is not, but I mean, Henna is like probably one of the best upshots in the game. I don't understand it. And they both get on the putting green, and it's like pin the tail on the donkey. Am I right? I mean, am I wrong? Like,
yeah.
It's like, am I close? Nope, that's his nose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like there's the video I saw on Facebook of Henna, or not Henna, just Evelina just outside the bullseye, and she just airballs it to the right. I was like, oh God.
I mean, yes.
She didn't have James Proctor with her to, like, you know, whisper sweet nothings into her ear about putting or getting in her head to, like, help her out or anything like that. But oh man, it's little clarification.
Pin the tail on a donkey. For those of you who don't know, there's a picture of a donkey. Picture Eeyore without his tail, and you blindfold a kid, you give him a thumbtack and put it through a picture, like a picture of a tail.
Spin him around, and like
spin him around a couple times and just point him towards the thing. You just try to pin the tail where the tail's supposed to go.
Yeah. Closest you can.
Closest to it wins, right?
Yeah.
They get the bag of candy or whatever it is. And a lot of times it's nowhere to be close. So that's what I mean by playing pin the tail on the donkey with those two. I just don't understand it. I mean, we've talked about this multiple times. If you know that's the weakest part of your game, freaking pay attention to it.
Oh, I'm sure they do, though. That's the hard thing.
But another example, Charles Barkley had the absolute worst golf swing ever. He still plays golf, and he looks pretty good now, right? It took him a long time to fix it.
True.
But what he fixed it with was persistence and practice, and maybe a couple like psychiatric evaluations, but he fixed it 90%, right? 99%. Sure. Like, why are we not repping this thing to where when you step on a green, it's nothing?
True.
Now, we are amateur disc golfers. We miss putts like that all the time.
Yeah.
But we don't get paid to do this. We're not sponsored. Like,
no.
Oh, okay. I'm done beating them up. I'm not until next time, at least. God, they're so good. Like,
but if it keeps happening, it's
they could be the best disc golfers.
Yeah.
On the planet right now. Female disc golfers on the planet right now, and they're not. Both of them. Why? Because they're putts. Like,
yeah.
And not like, I'm not talking outside the circle. Like, we're talking C1X, just outside C1X, like 15 feet and in. It gets so bad. I feel so bad for them because they're so freaking good. Okay. Anyways, I'm done.
That took a lot out of me.
Gives me so much anxiety.
Interesting. Yeah, Evelina didn't. No, I was just like, I didn't see Evelina at this tournament. That's right. She wasn't here. Just Henna.
Yeah, just Henna.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Or no, wait.
No, was she? She wasn't on coverage. Or at least I don't remember seeing her.
I don't remember seeing her on coverage either.
Okay.
Oh no, she was here, but I don't remember seeing her at all. Anyway. Okay.
All right.
Good talk.
Seen any movies recently?
Yeah. I watched. It's a new Netflix movie, The Electric State.
Dude, I almost watched that today.
Yeah.
I might after we get off here.
I turned it on Friday night. Saturday? Yeah. I think I started watching it Friday night.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Well, I mean, it's Netflix. Like, yeah, it's worth a watch, I think.
Well, no, I'm just talking like time. Like,
oh, it's enjoyable.
Okay, it's Chris Pratt. I mean,
it's Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown, who I'm. Okay, her best role is definitely Seven on Netflix on Stranger Things.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like looking at her going.
I mean, she's been in other movies. She's been in like 2 of the Godzilla movies. She's got the Enola Holmes movies on Netflix. I think she's done a couple other things, but yeah, she's most notably Seven from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And so the concept is that it takes place in an alternate 90s reality or universe.
Oh, okay.
Where
I thought it was like post-apocalyptic. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but
in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
And so the humans kind of like, not really like enslave robots, but they definitely use them for like all their needs and like basic things. And there's a robot uprising, and then they basically quarantine all the robots.
Yeah.
And so the movie starts off with Millie Bobby Brown like taking her brother to college. He's younger, so he's like this genius. And so basically what happens is she and Chris Pratt, something happens to her family, her brother and everything. And she goes on this journey to essentially find her brother. And so it's like, I think it's like 2 hours.
Sure.
Don't want
2 hours and 7 minutes.
Yeah. Something. Yeah. To be precise.
To be precise.
Yeah. And so, I mean, the robots are pretty cool. There's like, the robots are voiced by like some fairly like famous people. Like you'll hear them. Like Woody Harrelson's a robot.
Of course, he's showing
Alan
up in
Tudyk
everything.
is a robot. And there's some other people as well. And it's pretty good. Like I wouldn't call it like the Russo brothers. You know, from Marvel movies. Marvel. They directed it.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's worth a watch.
Okay.
If you know, don't pass judgment on it, but. I think.
I will pass judgment.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, like, don't go into it expecting like this big grand, like,
right.
Oh, it's gonna like this. It's a Netflix movie, like.
So now that you say it's the '90s, because I saw like the mullet and like Chris Pratt had a mullet, and all this stuff, and I was looking like, man, this is weird. Like the whole stylizing of it seemed weird to me as I was watching the preview, and I'm like, eh. And then I looked at the number 2 movie and it was Craven, and I was like, this looks a little better. So I watched Craven.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Okay. I was intrigued at first.
Phenomenal.
What? Really?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Because it's, I mean, you can't, once again, you got to take it for what it is.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of a B-grade Russian movie. You know? I mean, that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's entertaining. They do not do enough justice. They don't do enough backstory on how he became Craven.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they do, but it's not enough.
Okay.
It's not enough at all. They do some. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
They do some flashbacks and stuff like that.
I thought about thought about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to see it in theaters. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I was going to wait. But it's funny because Sony, after this movie, they're like, we're just shutting it down. Like the whole Spider-Man, like.
Yeah.
Extended universe, they're like, yeah, we're not doing it anymore.
Well, it's because they gave it to Marvel. They gave it back to, they gave it back to Marvel. They gave it to Fox, right?
Well, yeah,
or Disney,
I mean,
or
Disney,
whatever,
yeah. So, but I mean, like, because they made Craven, they made the Venom movies, they made Morbius, and then they made Madam Web.
Yeah.
And so all those movies did not pan out. I think, like, the first Venom was okay, and then like kind of went downhill after that.
I love the Venom movies.
Okay.
I think they're so good. See, this is just me though.
Yeah. And so, I mean, critically, they've went downhill. That's not to say they couldn't be enjoyable. Like, I find entertainment value in them.
Right, absolutely.
And so, but they're just like, I think money-wise, they figured, like, we're not making any money off of this, and we're just going to stop.
If you look at the genre, and you compare Venom to any other Marvel movie, or you compare, like Craven to, you just go back and forth between the two. Yeah, they're missing what Marvel's capturing.
They're missing Spider-Man is what they what the big point is.
Yes.
It's like they're missing Spider-Man. That's the
That's exactly it, yes. So they're missing what they need, because like you take Kraven and Black Panther. Similar-ish. You know, I mean, they kind of have like vibes that are the same minus the super technology.
Okay.
And they're just two different things. Because there's a lot of like what I have noticed in the patterns of like the Sony Spider-Mans and, the Kraven and Morbius, and you look at those, they all have just this touch of humor, like Venom, of course. They all have this like dark-witted humor kind of. And I don't know if they take the role serious enough, or maybe they try to take them a little bit too serious. They should just lean into the slapstick.
Sure.
But it's just this weird balance. Like, I think it's fun. I mean, if I had something else to do, should do it. It's not like put some time aside.
Yeah.
If you need to sleep, just go to sleep. Like, but it's fun. Like, I really enjoy it. Like, I don't know. That's just me though. But I liked all the Venom movies. Like the last Venom, I thought was great. I thought it was really good. Like,
okay.
Because it's like the dialogue that goes back and forth between those two is
I think that's the best part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, is between Eddie and Venom.
Yeah.
Or the symbiote. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's funny to me. But, so I watched Captain America.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's, okay. Let me start by saying I liked it.
Okay.
But it's not Captain America. So, like I said that beforehand, I was like having a hard time thinking that I wasn't going to watch it. And then someone wanted to go out to a movie, and I was like, well, the only one I really want to watch is either there's another one that came out of Cinema 6 that I was going to watch, but anyways, it was that or Captain America, and I was like, oh, we'll just watch Captain America, which I'm glad I went because the popcorn is really good. And it's okay. Like it was okay, but it's not Captain America. Like I don't know. Does that make any sense to you? Like,
no, I kind of get what you're saying.
Like, and they even make mention to it in the movie and everything too, that, you're not Captain America.
Oh, that's what I want to go see. Mickey 17.
That's the one I wanted to watch. That was the one.
I want to go see that.
It was too late by the time, because my wife and I went out for dinner, like on a little date. By the time we were done, it was too late for me to get to Mickey 17. I really want to watch that. Yeah. It looks so good.
It does.
But yeah, so it was good. I mean, it's Marvel, and they've like squeezed every penny out of every dollar, and they picked up those pennies and squeezed those pennies to see if they can make something else out of them.
Sure.
And, so that's what it is. But I mean, it was good enough.
Right on.
It was good enough. And then they make mention of the closure that's supposed to happen actually isn't closed again, the after credit scenes. And you're just like, of course it's not.
I feel like it's tough now with Marvel movies and like the end scenes because there's promise there and you don't know when they'll get to what they're foreshadowing.
Yeah. Well, this one, they already have the movie plan, the Red Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
They already have the movie plan between the Hulk and Red Hulk.
Sure.
It's just still like, I don't know. You're like, of course. Yeah, let's squeeze some more.
Yeah, I know. So, well, I mean, at least there's a roadmap and it's leading up to something like what is it, Doomsday?
Yeah.
Like that's the big thing. Or it was like Secret Wars for the longest time. Like that was the big thing. So
Well, I mean, they even did like among the Secret Wars, they even did all those spin-offs like of the series, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like, I mean, all these different things that went along with it. And you're just like, oh my goodness, when is enough? I mean, there's some fantastic characters that come out of there and they're fun to watch, but you're just like how many times can we recycle this? Like before it really truly you start losing audience. They're not yet. Well, they are, but obviously not enough to cancel it.
I feel like there's still people are starting to kind of lose faith in Marvel movies, but they're also intrigued enough to see what the project is. Yeah. Like there's something that'll still pull them into. There's enough intrigue there that they'll probably watch anyway.
Right. Well, and you look at like how Stan Lee would, towards the end of his career, was like There was a lot of like these whole multiverse comics. Like he was allowing all these different authors to go so many different directions with all these different, with all these different characters. Same character going like 7 different branches, right? So there's so many different ways they can go. They will still stay canon. I'll throw up the air quotes. But like, do we need to go there?
I know, yeah.
Because you can do the same thing with Star Wars. Star Wars has so much.
Yeah. There is a ton.
So much. I remember trying to read the Star Wars books.
Yeah.
I would finish one and 7 more would be out by the time I'd finish one from like 4 different authors. And you're just like, how do you keep up with all this stuff? Like,
it's true.
There's probably thousands of books, and that's no joke of Star Wars.
Yeah, there absolutely
thousands of books.
I know a friend that used to try to read them all as well. He's like, I don't know how to keep up with all of them. But he's like, I'm so into them. But he's like,
I know. And some are really good. And then others you start reading, you're like, why does the bartender and, Dagobah or wherever it was have a, like, you're like, so the cave in Dagobah has its own book? Like, wasn't it a cave of nothing? So anyways, it's just this weird stuff. So anyways, that was it.
Right on.
I went on a rant. And we're an hour and 20 minutes. How do we do this every time? I felt like we were breathing through this pretty quickly.
I did too.
And then all of a sudden, an hour and 20 minutes later. All right.
Thanks for hanging.
Yeah. Anything inspirational to leave us on?
No. I can't think of anything.
Chew your food before you swallow.
Oh, good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that one. All right. Deuces in the toilet. Keep us apart. Peace.